The question is, what are people doing for their annual reports on their websites for 2020 numbers, since 2020 numbers are abysmal as we traditionally think about annual reports. And so I flipped the script this year, and here's an example on the Antigo Public Library website. You'll notice I do not talk about circulation on their website, highlighting their annual report. Instead, I focused on the new services that were developed, like your curbside pickups, and a couple of libraries have story walks, so I featured that, and new program methods. So just looking at the Antigo website here, I used 2020 annual report data, but you'll find that there's very few statistics actually featured. I featured the Wi-Fi and internet use statistics, and this is more of a promotional piece. You'll see language like use our Wi-Fi 24/7 for free. We've boosted the signal for access from the parking lot. And that information was captured on the annual report, but it's not, it's qualitative. It's not quantitative that we're used to. I put a statistic in there about the take and make bags that were developed and distributed. And curbside pickup here does not even have the number of cars served, so we could add that. I also put the same content under their About the Library page. So what I've done, yeah, no problem. What I've done for WVLS libraries, and I can also extend it to IFLS libraries, is I created I gotta sneeze here. Ooh. So I made an infographic template. I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. So all I've done is I put frames in here to plug in pictures. I threw a library's logo on there, but I talk about how libraries have changed and whipped up these new beautiful services and promoted things that we already do, but to give it more voice. So you'll notice the first page has 0 statistics. The first page is dedicated to the library story, so images, describing new services. It talks about curbside pickup, increasing funding for the digital library, allowing people to sign up for library cards using a website form. And then on the back side, that's when the statistics would come in. So you'd have icons of whatever you like. And user stories. So here's the one I made for Antigo that's complete. And let's zoom in a little bit. Whoa, too much. So Antigo, I plugged in a picture from their story walk. Here's a little boy who did a take-home kit and another take-home kit on a cell phone background. And they also made a video showing how to do their curbside pickup. So I plugged that into a desktop frame. I just changed the colors to match their logo. And if I scroll down to the next page, I did a feature section on their programs because they have a YouTube page. They were using their Facebook. They did make and takes. They did outside programming. So I really wanted to highlight all of their efforts there in their new suite of program service offerings, and also highlight their participation and take and make kits. Dominic sent me some beautiful quotes from people, so I included the quotes in there. And then I did include some statistics on the very back on the bottom, but I left the end of the infographic with a quote to bring people back up if they think, well, gosh, these statistics are down. I plugged in an actual screenshot of their website into this little guy here talking about their website visits. I plugged in Libby talking about digital items checked out. Placing, and you'll notice I placed the same images on the Antigo website without a background. Doesn't it look fancy? But all I did is I reused the same things. It's an easy thing to do if you're taking pictures along the way, if you're recording your statistics, we're going to walk through how to make these cool little transparent background visual features. So the first thing I'm going to do is use a frame in a custom size document. So what does that mean? Well, you can make a document any size you want. So I made this smaller to feature in one of those boxes on our website. So I want to make a smaller image size for a smaller area. Your website all the way across is 1080 pixels. So generally the small areas, a good size would be 300 by 300. So I've made a small file size by going to create a design, custom size, 300 by 300, and here it is. And because I want to feature your website, I can, on the left-hand side, go to my Elements page, and tab rather, and go to Frames, and you'll see easy peasy all these beautiful frames, and looky there, a desktop there. So what I did is I took a screenshot of the Bruce website. You can use the snipping tool that's built into your computer. And I just took a screenshot and I saved it to my desktop. So there's an actual copy of your web page. And here's my frame here. And I just pasted that image in there and bada boom. So now to put it on the website, I'm going to click download, select a PNG with a transparent background. And so it's taking a moment to save. Okay, so now I can click download. And it's just going to be in my downloads. And I know where it is. So usually you'd save it to your computer and then pop it in there. But I'm just going to go here and get back to 100% here and click Enable Visual Builder. And I'm going to scroll down the page once it loads. And find our visitors area. And I said 5,413 visitors walk through our physical doors while 2,000 some visit us online. So instead of using an icon, I made my own. How cool is that? But I'm going to treat it like an image. So I'm going to upload the image that I just made. It's in my downloads. There it is. So this is a Bruce Area Library website. Screenshot. And watch this. It's going to look great. Are you ready for the big reveal? Boom. Look at how cool that is. That's pretty awesome.